Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show, and welcome to the beginning of the Speedstick Speeder Craft Challenge. This challenge will be due August 7th. Yeah, it gives you a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, to get this done. And all you need is one of these, whatever size you want, whatever shape you want. Cool thing I noticed when I started working on this one is that the stickers, in fact they are stickers, come off a lot easier than the old days. In the old days you'd have to soak this thing forever to get that brand name label off. This one came off like butter. So what you're going to want to do is take the deodorant out. I actually put it in a Ziploc bag, not to waste it. Let's see if I can put this in the other one that I have that I actually use and just refill it. I know that sounds weird, but waste not, want not, prepper, all that crap. And it's got a nice shape. It's got that cool vent there. The front's a little flat, but worry not, because for my particular build, I got something to put here that will fix that. Now, I picked up one of these, the lady size, because as you can see, it's like a lot smaller, so it might make for a little more compact, like 1-seater or 2-seater, really sporty models to build a speeder out of. And as you guys may remember from back in the day, the old Rogue Trader book, in it had a section on crafting, and they took one of the old deodorant speed sticks and turned it into a little mini, kind of almost too small to scale. It would have made for a nice little drone, or a sort of robotic tank, if you will, hovercraft. But I'm going to turn this into another one of the, kind of Star Warsian, land speeders. And the hardest part about making these is the cockpit window in the seats. But for me, in my local dollar store or Dollar Tree, I found these cool little cars. Okay, not only is it a pullback racer, which I haven't seen one of those in forever, cool, right? But it's also got down here a little battery compartment, and if you hit the switch, I don't have batteries in it, that would have probably made it more expensive, but it's got a little light in here with a little funky mechanism to make the light flicker, which was kind of cool. But I'm not doing any of that. As a matter of fact, I'm saving all the parts for the battery housing and the light for another project. I could make this light up. It wouldn't be difficult at all, but I really like the window. I'll show you after I took that one apart. I got this cockpit, which, with a little work, a little cutting, I'm not going to do that here because I just started on it, but I could, eliminate the need for seats, which, makes this even cheaper, because the seats are really the hard part. You have to find like a Jeep or an open air vehicle and cut those out, or a model kit. So for me, this one's going to cost me about $3 to make total, not including, spray paint, but that's incidental stuff. I may put this little doodad in the front to give it like a little airfoil action going on. I kind of like that idea. The little wings back here also kind of cool, but this way I don't have to, like I said, worry about doing a lot of cutting. I might even be able to just get to glue this on, but as you notice right here, even if I put it on, there's good excuse me guys, there's going to be a little bit of a gap right here, so I'll just take some Milliput, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape up the window here, and maybe I may paint this like chrome or silver or something so that it looks like some sort of tinted windshield, so I don't have to do any more work. But I'm going to do the same thing with this little gonna make this like kind of like the sunroof kind of gadget. You could do a lot of different things. You could go clear. You could make the seats. You probably find completely different vehicles to chop up and add stuff to. But I really hope you guys don't just copy the one I make, but find, you know, whatever you got lying around. Get some old toy car. Maybe you can just go for the open air, you know, Corvette kind of, you know, Luke T1, whatever it was Luke had, and go for, you know, just the seats here and the cockpit and all that. But this way, I can also use it if you can't really tell exactly who, like how many people could fit in it or who could fit in it. You could use it technically for other games, like smaller scale, so this looks even bigger, or some such. But that's all you need to participate in this particular challenge. And obviously, you know, I will have a prize for it. I'm still looking for something cool to give away for this prize for this craft challenge. But rest assured, I'll find something real cool, and I'll come back. Maybe I'll even wait till the end and make it a surprise. But I know a couple more people were interested in this one, this particular challenge. It's really easy, and it goes all the way back to like the late 90s. But there's a lot of cool things you can do for it. And then you'll have a little land speeder for your tabletop games, whether they be sci-fi, Star Wars, sci-fi fantasy, even for war games. They make great scatter terrain. You know, in one of the games the boy was playing, he had a whole city street, and we were looking for cars, and we had to use some Hot Wheels and things that were completely out of scale. This way, next time he wants to do something like that, he'll have maybe at least 2 speeders. I gotta find a cockpit and seats for this one, because this one's actually a little bit more aerodynamic. And, you know, these always, you know, look good for the exhaust port of the engines of whatever type you have. And I may even break out some of those lights that I used for the last one. You guys don't remember, there were these really cool lights that looked very much like the nacelles on the back end of Luke's. So I had 2 like jet engines sticking off the side here. Those are really cool, but I gotta find them. I know where one of them is, but it's pretty easy, guys. I hope more of you will join this particular challenge and show us what you got in the way of crafting and you know, kit bashing, as it were. And then in September, of course, we will be doing a like shampoo bottle or some sort of, you know, starship for you know, war games. I mean, you could go all out and try to make something for your 28mm tabletop, but you know, we'll worry about that in September. But that's what I've got for you guys this morning. I will be back in about 45 minutes. Hopefully this video will upload properly. I'll make sure to check it in the morning, but I kind of woke up late this morning because I was, well, anyways, I will see you guys in 45 minutes. About 45 minutes. Until then, folks, have a great day. We love you guys, and as always, happy trails.